Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do another episode of My Choice Monday. Now, this is where I do a random movie review or a collection overview, ranking the franchise, basically whatever I feel like doing, collection update, kind of my day to just spotlight whatever I want to spotlight. Today I wanted to do a review on a movie a very good friend sent me. This is on Hollow Gate. Now, Hollow Gate is a 1988 film which runs, depending on how you look at it, 76 minutes on the IMDb. Now, the copy that Joe sent to me runs approximately 84 minutes. I'm not sure if there's a cut version of this or why that is, but there's definitely two different versions of it, according to IMDb. But I did want to thank Joe for making this for me. This really means a lot, and I had an absolute blast with this film. But before I get into that, this film is written and directed by Ray DiZazzo. Never really heard of him, and as I looked him up, I didn't find any other credits. Now this stars Addison Randall as Mark. He was a busboy on one of my favorite movies, They Call Me Bruce. Definitely have to pick that one up. And he was also in another martial arts film that's a favorite of mine that I saw with my father when I was younger, called Force 5. Really good film. It also stars Katrina Alexi as Kim. Now, she did a episode of Fantasy Island, but other than that, not too much. And pretty much the rest of the cast are pretty unknown. And that's Richard Dry as Alan, Patricia Jacques as Mandy, and J.J. Miller as Billy. Hollow Gate. Now, of course, when I put this in, started watching it, the name Lloyd Kaufman popped up in the typical Troma fashion. Now, this is done by City Lights. Apparently, they put it out instead of Troma. I was talking to Joe the other day, and neither one of us are quite sure why that happened. But this movie is nuts. Okay. See if I can give you a brief synopsis on this. They start when Mark is a child, and he is abused by his father. Not going to tell you how, you kind of have to watch that. And then they show 10 years later, where and all of these instances occur on Halloween, of course, that a girl pulls up to a guy and a girl pull up to a gas station that he's working at and kind of give him a hard time, make fun of him, so on and so forth. He, of course, dispatches them in a fantastic way. It was pretty funny. And the last one is like maybe 2 or 3 years later, and a girl comes into a store where he is working, or no, he goes into a store where a girl's working for Halloween, I believe, and asks her out. She declines, and that's basically the last decline she'll ever have, if you understand my meaning. From there, we find 4 kids who are going to a airplane hangar for a rock concert. On the way, they kind of stop off in this town where this guy lives, and get some food, and they go across the street to the Halloween store, because it's Halloween, to get a few things, and the guy asks them if they can make a delivery to the killer's house. They do. Of course, they don't know he's a killer, and he dresses up in different costumes and dispatches them one by one. Now, the acting in this movie is terrible. It's terrible, but it's terrible in a very funny way. The kills are terrible, but they are also terrible in a funny way. There's not a ton of gore in it. There's enough to kind of satisfy, I guess, most horror fans, but it is priceless. This is the type of movie where you get together with your friends, you have a few beers, and you just laugh and laugh at this film. I don't know if it was intentionally made to be funny, but it is hysterical, and I had so much fun with it. Now, generally, movies that are so bad that they're good don't really get a high rating from me, but this one pretty much kept me laughing throughout a majority of the film. Whether it be by the acting, um, the killer was priceless. He was Shakespearean almost. This film kind of resembles Fade to Black, and I was talking to my friend Joe and asking him if he sent it to me because of my love for Fade to Black, and I think it was just a coincidence. But he thought I would get a kick out of this, and I definitely did. Um, like I said, this is not on DVD or Blu-ray, although I don't understand why, because I think this fits right into Vinegar Syndrome or even Scream Factory. This would fit nicely in their catalog. So I'm not really sure why this has never been upgraded, but I have it, and it's a lot of fun. Not sure if it's on YouTube, but that would probably be a good place to check to try to watch it for free. I definitely recommend it. It is a fun, fun movie. But I wanted to thank Joe once again for making this for me. I had a ball with this movie. So, not really sure what to give it. It's not a great film, but I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go with like a 7. 7 sounds fair. Just for the laughs and absurd dialogue and crazy acting and everything that I stated. So a 7. That's my score. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.